Jay Allen was 25 when he first used a solarium. At that stage, he didn't realise the implications of those actions.
I was going to the gym and my mates were going, and it all started one day. This guy come in and he smelled of this stuff. I said, one of my mates, I go, what are you doing? What's that smell? And he's like, I use a solarium, you know. It's pretty good, you should do it, you know. Chicks dig it. Used to be, I think it was a good way to get a tan and a quick way to get a tan. I thought it's got to be safer in there than laying out on the beach, you know.
Jay was diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma in December 2007, which inspired his fight to ban solariums and to increase public knowledge of the risk associated with sunbed use.
My surgeon is adamant that it contributed to my disease. Because I use a solarium, it's brought it on quicker. You know, to sit in a chair and get told that you've got this disease that, you know, potentially has probably got away and could be in your internal organs, but there's not much treatment to treat it, it's pretty scary stuff.
Since Jay started campaigning against sunbeds in 2008, he has seen regulation heighten and legislation introduced to ban commercial ultraviolet solaria tanning units from 2014.
I've been involved in giving scientific advice to the government, which has helped them inform their decision to legislate against sunbeds.
Yet a survey in the Medical Journal of Australia shows many people have taken the wrong message out of the recent sunbed discussion. Reports show individuals believe machines are now safer to use following the introduction of regulations in most states and territories, requiring solarium operators to be licensed, display health warnings, and ban people at high risk of skin cancer. The Cancer Council Australia funded survey found that nationally 31% of adults and 39% of adolescents believed sunbeds were safer to use under these conditions.
They're definitely not safer. The tanning machines themselves are the same and they're associated with the same risks as before. Some of the changes have been to restrict the number of people who can use them. No one's really safe from the effects of sunbeds.
These sentiments are mirrored throughout the medical community.
Exposure to excessive ultraviolet radiation from sunbeds, particularly in young people, is a terrible thing. In fact, it's estimated that about 3/4 of the melanomas that develop in people less than 30 years of age are directly attributable to sunbed use.
Many stand strong that action should be taken now, implementing a nationwide ban to ensure uninformed people aren't slipping through the cracks.
I mean, it should be a nationwide ban. And, you know, we were a bit disappointed that New South Wales decided to defer its introduction to the end of next year. You know, in the meantime, there are probably hundreds of lives that will be lost because it's not introduced earlier.
Bans were not enforced immediately to give solarium owners the opportunity and time to diversify their business. Owners like Lena would argue that the ban has greatly affected their family business.
It's a family business, so we have a mortgage that we're running on this. So we're stressing out. So we've had to take out further loans on our business to get other machines in, like laser hair removal, laser teeth whitening. We'll have to get a few spray tan booths.
Lena says her solarium takes all regulations extremely seriously.
We do the right thing and it doesn't compensate at all. We've been audited by the government and we get fined if we don't follow through the procedure, and we have always topped our audits. When I see people that I haven't seen for a while, so like, you haven't came and tanned, I haven't seen for, oh, haven't you seen the news? It's really bad for you, it's not good for you, you get cancer. But I've been tanning for like 20 years, I'm fine. So now we're going to be in a lot of debt and we're going to work a lot more harder to pay off other machines that we've got so we can compensate for the solariums when they go.
Jay maintains businesses have been caught in the crossfire of a greater battle against stopping melanoma.
This campaign has never been about taking anyone's business away. You know, it's been about saving lives. That's what it's always been about. If you worry about money in your business, you know, when you haven't got your life, you lose your brother, your sister, or your mum, or your dad, you know, or your daughter or your son to melanoma because of a solarium, then you look at things differently.
Nancy wasn't aware of how seriously tanning booths can affect your health.
It's kind of interesting that it's so bad that they would feel the need to completely ban them. I think if you use them in moderation, that they're not so terrible. I used a solarium the first time in high school. I think it gives you confidence. It makes me feel better about how I look. I would use them again. I'm concerned about my health, but I don't know, it's kind of the same thing as, like, I know cigarettes are bad, but I'll still have a cigarette every once in a while. It's like, I know solariums are bad, but I would still use them every once in a while.
Concerns are held for younger people like Jay and Nancy, who are often carefree and unaware of the health risks posed by using a solarium.
The World Health Organisation has classed them as carcinogenic, so it always comes out, you know, and it is up to people's choice, but young people, they don't care about the choices they make when they're young. And with melanoma, you know, it's not till they're in their late 20s or their 30s when melanoma could strike, and you don't want that. Who cares what colour skin you are, you know? Wish I could go back and turn back in time and had not used a solarium, but I wasn't aware, you know, that's why awareness is so important.
Jay will continue to campaign across Australia and internationally to ensure his story is heard, in hopes to change the current perception around the safety of solarium use.
You know, I really believe maybe I was meant to get melanoma for a reason, because I'm still here and doing a good thing, you know, supporting others, and if you can help someone else in your life, it's a good thing.